Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, risky business. Tom Cruise is mad, very mad. Find out why the superstar lashed out in leaked audio from the set of his new movie. Then Paige from Kids Baking Championship is back with us. And today she's creating a holiday delight inspired by a soulful new movie. And what's the best wine to serve this season? Our mistress of Merlot, Leslie Miller, is here with her top picks. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. We are live from our studios in the Twin Cities. Hello, Anoka. Hello, Matamidi, Montevideo. Where should I say hi, Jeff? Wisconsin. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister, the French horn playing Kendall Mark, everybody.
Hello. French horn.
I'm going to say it again. I say it every day. Rinse and repeat. You look beautiful.
Thanks.
You look beautiful.
French horn. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I played the French horn. I'm a proud French horn player. I played the clarinet, and then the band director said, nope, you are horrible. And then I had to play the French horn, a much harder instrument.
Yeah, there's like a lot of involved.
I don't know what that is. You should probably get that checked. Let's say hello to our virtual audience. Let's say hello to Karen, Pam, Faye, Jessica, and Julie. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Let's begin with Jessica and Faye. Where are you joining us from, ladies?
St. Cloud.
St. Cloud. Well, I got to tell you, you're our first virtual audience members from St. Cloud. So welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the Love Boat.
Thank you.
Let's go down right below them. Hi, Pam. Oh, Pam. Pam's adjusting her camera. We're live, Pam. We're live. Okay, Pam cannot hear us. Pam, can you hear us? Pam. Hi, sweetie. Where are you joining us from, Pam? Okay, we'll check in with her a little bit later. Julie, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, Julie. Where are you joining us from?
Victoria.
I'm not familiar. Where's Victoria?
It's west of Chanhassen.
Oh, you're in our neck of the woods here in Eden Prairie. Well, we'll come by. Kendall and I put on a chicken, Julie. We'll be there right after the show. And finally, let's say hi to, who do we miss? Karen. Hi, Karen.
Good morning.
Karen, look at
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Our executive producer would like you to know your clock behind you is about 20 seconds fast. Just FYI. It's about 20 seconds fast. We'll be checking in with the ladies a little bit later. Thank you, ladies. Okay, we had a great debate here.
Oh.
And now, why are you groaning?
I'm waiting. I'm listening.
This often happens. We started a debate on the radio show, and I'm continuing it for all of you. The great chicken finger debate. Now, everyone talks about Raising Cane's. And this isn't shade, but I've never been there. My friend Bradley has loved them for a decade. I know people that love them. We drove to the one in Andover. We were running errands. And there was a line down the street. I looked at Colin. I said, are they giving away chocolate-dipped babies? Are they giving away gold-plated babies?
Right.
Why are so many? And people love the Raising Cane's. Never had it. I love a chicken finger. I was raised on chicken fingers. I had it, and I liked it. I liked it a lot, but I don't get the hullabaloo. Do you agree or disagree?
I don't love it either.
Okay, good. You're with me. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say that because I don't want emails today. I'm in a great mood.
It's the sauce. They're all about the sauce.
Okay, but here's my point with that. If you have to dip the chicken finger in a sauce to make it good, is it really a good chicken finger? I mean, but let me say it again. I liked it a lot, but I don't get the hoopla. Because to me, like Culver's, so we did this whole conversation. What's your favorite chicken finger? People love the Culver's.
Yeah.
I love the Arby's. I think KFC has good ones.
Yeah.
And Popeyes, the seasoning's real good. To me, it's about the breading and the seasoning.
You've really done your research. You just listed a lot of different kinds of
What did I
chicken
tell you?
fingers.
I told you I'm a kid of chicken fingers. That's all I ate as a kid.
Oh, okay.
So I know a good chicken finger. And It's all about that breading. And to me, the Raising Cane's needed a little more seasoning. I guess that's why you dip it in the sauce.
I was not raised on chicken fingers. I was raised on chicken nuggets, which isn't even real chicken. Possibly, maybe, we don't know. But they're delicious.
It's Franken chicken. It's chicken formed together to form a nugget.
You want to know the best chicken fingers in the whole state of Minnesota? Randy's in Red Wing. It's a local mom and pop place, let me tell you, with ranch, their homemade ranch. Girl.
Well, I love to support local. What's it called? Let's give a nice little plug. Randy's?
Randy's,
Are they still open in the pandemic?
Yeah, they're family owned. I love them. It's like honestly though, the best chicken fingers. When we were a kid, they had, I don't know if they still have them, but they had the dinosaur chicken fingers shaped like dinosaurs.
Well, go to Randy's. Yeah. And I don't know if I'm going to eat a chicken finger shaped like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, whatever floats your boat.
Whatever.
Speaking of food, let's get going, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. And again, don't email me about Raising Cane's. I wasn't throwing shade.
No.
They were good.
Email Cody. He loves them.
He loves them. Cody Matz loves them. Hollywood has been rocked by the pandemic, just like restaurants. And as movies start to begin shooting again, they're doing so with really, really strict rules. On the set of Mission Impossible 7, and let's just take a moment to think about the fact they made 7 of these, Tom Cruise found some people breaking those protocols. I guess they were all, there's like 6 or 7 of them around it, like a monitor with no masks. Anyway, Tom went off. The Sun newspaper shared the leaked audio. This isn't a joke. Listen.
You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. Because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every studio at night. Insurance companies. Producers. And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you I don't ever want to see it again. Ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. And I see you do it again, you're gone. And anyone on this crew does it. That's it. And you too, and you too, and you. Don't you ever do it again.
Tom went on to say, he's a little mad. Tom went on to say people are losing their homes because of the pandemic, and they need to follow all the protocols or else they're going to get shut down. I have several trains of thoughts on this. I get the anger because Tom isn't just the star. You should know that he's the executive producer. So as the executive producer on a movie, he's in charge of the production. So that's why he's going off on the fact that he doesn't want, forget him and the movie stars, they can afford, but the gaffer and the boom operator and the craft service people, if the movie is shut down again, it was already shut down, those people could be out of a paycheck. So I get his anger is valid. Now, over the course of the last 2 hours, our executive producer, Jeff, who is an executive producer, put forth a great question, which made me think, would I like it if Jeff talked to me that way? No, like he would have a point. Like if you and I and Adam and Tyler were, huddled around a computer with no masks on, looking at a giraffe video, that would be violating Fox's rules, and Jeff would have every reason to be very mad at us. Do I like the cuss words and how he spoke to the crew? No. But I have to admit, I like how he defended the people that don't have Tom Cruise money. Because let's not beat around the bush. If the movie shut down, those are the people that are going to suffer, not Mr. Cruise and his 18 homes. Right.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally agree. I think, honestly, I'm assuming this has been a conversation they've had multiple times. By the tone and the length of the tirade, that I'm assuming this is like, I talk to you about this all the time and just lost it.
It's a great point that Kendall made because let's be clear, too. We don't know the full context of this. Have these knuckleheads done this before?
Right.
If this is the second and third time they've broken protocol, you know what? My agreeing of his tirade goes up a little bit. Is this the first time? Then slow your roll a little bit.
A little bit.
Let's go to the audience. Karen, what do you think? You heard it.
I can see his point of view, and I'm sure that's probably not the first time, because there's no way he would just go off like that, knowing somebody's going to record it, somebody's going to leak it. But yes, that you're not going to lead by talking like that.
Okay, I just have to acknowledge, I'm loving the fact that Pam is not loving her shot. She's still fixing it. I value that. It's all about lighting. It's all about getting the right angle. We'll join Pam when she is satisfied with her shot. That's fine. In the meantime, Julie, what do you think? You heard part of it. Where do you come down on this?
I agree with the sentiment. I myself have been recovering from COVID for 3 weeks. So I understand his anger and how serious he's taking his responsibility as employing that many people and needing to protect that many people. I think, the way he did it might be a little too aggressive, but, I get it. I get the sentiment.
I got it. Thank you, ladies. Well, I'm loving Pam. We'll go back to you guys in a little bit. This is...
Stop.
Go back to this camera. So we're going to just... Leo, I'm not quite happy with this shot. We're going to fix it right there. There we go. Leo, I think we're good right there. We're going to fix it right there. We're going to take a break, everybody. Lots more to come when we come back. Back in a moment. Hope you're still hungry. More hot dishes coming next. The first reviews are in for Wonder Woman 84. Are they wonderful? You'll find out. Then it's the legendary Hometown Dates episode of The Bachelorette. Was it as uncomfortable as usual? Ted is here. And making spirits bright. Leslie Miller is back with her picks for the best holiday wine. Go grab some orange juice, coffee, or tea, because we still have a lot more ahead. Stay with us.
It's so easy. I don't know. I'm incredibly uncomfortable. I'm super nervous. My heart rate's never been higher. My brain couldn't work.
You gotta go to bed.
So I have to stand up and now watch you walk away?
Guess so.
Okay.
Good night. Bye.
See ya. In true Ben fashion, I just blew it. I'm in love with her, and I should have told her. And now I'm terrified that I won't get a roast this week. And I won't get to tell her how I feel.
Wow. That would be a shame. Welcome back. We're down to the final four. Thank goodness. On The Bachelorette. And it's time for the men to lay it all on the line, ladies and gentlemen. But Ben can't quite get out the 3 words required for this stage. Send me home. Will Ben's apprehension cost him a shot at love forever, or at least next season? How exactly do hometown dates go during a pandemic? We have so many questions, but luckily we have answers. And that means, once again, it's time for America Loves Ted. Joining us now from Bachelor headquarters, looking slightly a year older than the last time we saw him, is birthday boy Ted Johnson. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning. Thank you.
Again, we said it yesterday on the show. I'll say it to you publicly. Happy birthday week.
Thank you.
That's right. Okay, we asked the question there. We posed many questions in the intro. How did the hometown dates go in a bubble?
Right. So they had to stay at the La Quinta, and so so they brought the families in. So the families actually had to quarantine for 2 weeks. I would have thought that maybe they would have brought in multiple other like maybe top 8 guys, because you wouldn't then after the top 5 stop for 2 weeks and then quarantine everyone.
Well, I would think they would need multiple La Quinta inns. How many? I mean, if they're quarantining the whole family.
This resort is packed right now.
Yeah.
And somehow these people aren't running into each other. So they quarantine the families, and then the guys kind of come up with one little stupid thing from their hometown to do. So one guy, they did a circus, because I guess they do that in his hometown.
Yeah.
Another guy, they pretend rode around in a taxi. Another guy, they did rollerblading. So they did some things.
Let's talk one by one. Brendan, how did he do, Ted?
So Brendan, for me, is kind of if I'm looking at Brendan on face value, I say this guy, top 16 maybe, but after that, not much of a shot. And somehow he has survived this long she really likes him, and his hometown date went pretty well, and he seems to be one of the top favorites.
Let's move to Zach.
Zach, Zach and Brendan could probably be twins. So Zach, he's the guy who kind of hit rock bottom. He told her about it a couple of weeks ago. Again, there's nothing differentiating Zach and Brendan, but somehow these two are the front runners, and
there's
could
no
win.
difference, either one of them.
Yeah.
Let's move to Ivan. I like that name. How often do you meet an Ivan?
Not very often. And people love Ivan. So Ivan is, his brother came in, and his brother apparently has like history with like prison and stuff. So he's all he's got tattoos on his face. So when you have tattoos on your face, yeah, you pay attention. So I think Ivan has been friend-zoned.
Oh.
I don't think Ivan's got a real shot at this. But it was interesting to meet Ivan's family. His dad's great, his mom's great, and his brother is interesting.
I like Ivan. He's a good-looking man. I'd pick Ivan out of what's a frickin' frack there of Brendan and Zach. Okay, and then finally, Ben. Ben.
So Ben, I'm watching this last night, and I'm like, Ben's gonna win. They're too hot and heavy.
Yeah.
This is how this goes. It's like, it's super hot, it's super heavy, and then a couple of months later, they fall out of love, and they issue a statement. But, so Ben just couldn't say I love you. He just couldn't lay it out on the line, and she sent him home. I was screaming at my TV, like, oh my gosh, what's happening? I don't get surprised very often.
Yeah.
But Ben, he gets dumped, and he shows no emotion. So he's talking to her here, and she's like, you got anything for me? And he's like, well, we'll find love.
Oh, wow. Well, bye.
So
let's see here. Ben got sent home. Ivan's in the friend zone, sadly. So we're left with Brendan and Zach, who are basically the same person, who, if we're in Vegas, if we're at the counter, we're putting some money down, who are you putting the 20 down for?
Well, first of all, we need to congratulate those top three for making it to the fantasy suite.
Very good, yes.
Come
on, Ted, you're at the window. The bookie's looking at you. You have a $100 bill in your hand. Lay it down.
Zach,
okay. I'm saying Brendan.
I like that pick.
Okay, I'm putting 100 on Brendan. There we go.
Kendall's saying Ivan.
Kendall's saying Ivan. Kendall's putting in 50 though. Yeah.
Who does Jeff think?
Jeff doesn't care. Thanks, Ted.
It's so true.
So very true. Next in the dish, Kristen Wiig was on Fallon last night. She's hosting SNL this weekend. Hopefully they'll do a better job than last week. That dumpster fire of an episode. She stars in the new Wonder Woman 1984 movie and talked about training, what it's like training for a superhero movie. Look at this.
Did you do like the workouts all day? Like everyone knows.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it was. I mean, I knew I would have to train because I started training before I left. They got me a trainer like a month before, and it was like, you know, like you just train for like an hour, and then then you're good. And then I got there, and it was like
weights and all.
Oh no, it was like you train for an hour, and then you have stunt choreography for like 4 hours, and then you have lunch, and then you have a movement class, and then like, yeah, it was like very.
It's work,
intense.
man.
Yeah, no, it was great. Like it was amazing.
It's work. I mean, yeah, hello. If you're going to sign up for a superhero movie, you're going to have to go to Anytime Fitness.
Wouldn't that be so fun, though? Like learning all those kung fu moves and like, oh gosh, it'd be so fun.
Nope. Sorry.
Okay.
No. Kristen, who, by the way, what's up with that eye makeup? Can you explain that to me?
Well, she's going for the Charlize Theron look.
What is that?
It's just darker. Okay. Darker eye makeup.
Okay. Because she looks different to me.
She does. It's because of the hair and the darker eye makeup.
Okay.
It's a combination.
Is that in right now? I'm turning to you like you're an eyeshadow expert or something.
Smoky eyeshadow has never been out, girl.
Got it. Okay, I'll remember that next time I go to prom. Kristen said she had to keep everything a secret, even the audition process. Yeah, she said she couldn't tell her agent. She got done with the meeting, and she couldn't even tell her agent.
Wow.
Yeah. Wonder Woman 1984 comes out in theaters and on HBO Max on Christmas Day. It's one of those, oh, girl. People are still mad at the Warner Brothers thing is still percolating. Speaking of Wonder Woman 1984, last week we talked about some of the early feedback the movie is getting, and most people seem to really like it. Well, every party needs a pooper. That's why we invited them. The critics are chiming in, and they're a bit tough on the film. Imagine that. Vulture called it an empty spectacle. The LA Times called it gloriously overstuffed. But the BBC says it's one of the most enjoyable blockbusters to be released since 1984. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to say that. There's been a lot of great blockbusters since 1984. I mean, let's just be really real here. A couple Star Wars movies in there.
Maybe the Brits disagree.
Yeah. And I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but a piece of Wonder Woman history makes its way into this movie. An iconic piece of Wonder Woman-ness. There's a little hint. There we go. That's all I'm going to do.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm still going to see it. I loved, hey, you got to, I'm going to say it again. Patty Jenkins, the director, you got to, I don't care how bad this movie is. She cracked the code that nobody in Hollywood could crack for 2 decades. How to bring Wonder Woman to the screen without it being goofy.
You know what I really want to know, Jason?
What do you want to know? I'm here.
You're the movie guru.
Yeah.
How do these people who review these movies come up with these ways to describe them?
They went to school.
It's just above and beyond.
I know. They do come up with,
use.
I know, they come up with analogies that are, you know, I believe, and I'm in awe of, again, I love writers, but I'm with you.
I mean, it's just fantastic.
I know. They're above us. Next in the dish, last week we talked about plans for Sister Act 3. Whoopi Goldberg was on with Colbert last night and talked about doing a sequel nearly 3 decades later. Look.
Do you know how many sequels have been done? People are like in their 90s and they're doing sequels to something that they did 50 years ago.
Harrison Ford is doing another Indiana Jones.
Okay, so I look young now. I look really young. And I thought, well, if everybody else is doing it, you know, Johnny Depp's done 500 of the Pirates of the Caribbean, you know. People
Not anymore.
Well, that might not have been the greatest thing I could bring up. But I guess my point is, everyone seems to be able to do it. And I thought those nuns deserve to have another go round and
yes, they do.
Have some fun.
Yes, they do. Now, again, 27 years ago, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. That was the subtitle. Any ideas for a subtitle for Sister Act 3?
Oh my God, it still fits.
Hey, that's a good one. The costume still fits. Sister Act 3 will be released on Disney+. I'm looking forward to this. I love the Sister Act franchise. Whoopi's been wanting it to happen. If Whoopi's happy with the script and Tyler Perry's producing it, sign me up. Faye and Jessica, are you guys fans of the Sister Act?
Yes.
Oh, did you guys see both of them?
Yes. No.
Oh, yes. Well, there's plenty of time. It won't be released for about a year or 2, so you have plenty of time to catch up there. And Pam's back. Pam is happy with her shot. Pam, the shot looks beautiful, my love. It looks fantastic. Okay. We'll check in with them a little bit later. I love the virtual audience more than anything.
I know you do.
I miss the studio audience.
Yes.
I can't wait for them to come back, maybe next season, but fantastic.
Fantastic.
Pam,
great
shot
TV.
looks great. This shot, it could be better. Still ahead. Leslie Miller will join us with some of her holiday wine picks, but next, kids baking champ Paige is back. That's right. You remember our buddy Paige. She's making a cake inspired by the latest Disney Pixar movie, and we'll show it to you when we come back. Back right after this. Shot looks good, Pam.
Dr. Borgenson will be matched with soul number 22. Oh, we're going to get into this now. Excuse me.
22, you come out of this dimension right now.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't want to go to Earth.
Stop fighting this.
I don't want to.
You will go to Earth and have a lot.
Take me.
22 has been at the U seminar for quite some time and has had such notable mentors as Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, and Mother Teresa.
I made her cry.
Ignore that.
Ignore that. That's a clip from the new Disney Pixar movie Soul, featuring the voices of Tina Fey, who you heard right there, Jamie Foxx, and the great Angela Bassett. It arrives on Disney Plus on Christmas Day. The movie is all about helping people discover their passion and learning what it means to have soul. Passion isn't a problem for our next guest. She's had a passion for baking much of her life, and she's very, very old. Helping her win the Kids Baking Championship from the Food Network back in 2019. Joining us live with some soulful dessert ideas is our good friend from Blaine. Look at her. It's Paige Gaynor. Hi, Paige.
Hi, Jason.
I swear, Paige, you make me inadvertently feel old. Every time you join us, you're older and you look older, and it's a compliment. And now you look like you could be driving and owning your own condo.
Thank you, Jason.
Yes. Well, you
Before we start, I would like to show you. I know this week you've been giving people flack for not having your picture up in their scenery.
Yeah,
so
specifically Stephanie Hansen. Look at that! It's Ted!
Yes, I have a picture of you and I have a picture of producer Ted. And those are totally on my fridge all the time. It was not just for this segment.
This is Paige, I don't care. I don't care who we ever have on the show. Mark this down, everyone. Paige is the best guest ever on our show. I want it in the history books right now.
I come prepared.
Oh, and Paige, may I say that's a quality photo of Ted. He looks very distinguished in that picture.
Longingly staring into the distance.
That's right. That's what he does during most meetings, actually. Okay, my dear friend, we're making, what is this, sweet? A piñata cake, right?
Yes. So it's very heavy. But this is the cake that I made for the movie Soul. So on the bottom, we have a Kit Kat piano.
Oh my goodness.
Because in the movie, the main character, Joe, his favorite instrument to play is the piano. So we made a little Kit Kat piano. And then on the top tier, we have the letters of the movie. And in the preview of the movie, if you see, there's this one scene where all the souls are jumping down into the hole to go to Earth. So on the top, we kind of made that scene. Like they're all going into the cake. And this is a piñata cake. So my mom's probably gonna hate me for this because there will be sprinkles all over my kitchen.
Oh,
but
are you doing it right now?
I am doing it right now.
Oh my goodness! I mean, it was already great with Ted on your refrigerator. Now the segment's just getting way better. Oh, here we go. Okay, that's a thick cake, Paige.
It's a very thick cake.
Oh my goodness! You need a jackhammer to go through that thing.
Mm-hmm. Getting some strength. Gotta.
Oh yeah, your mom's not going to be happy, Paige.
No, there are going to be sprinkles all over the kitchen.
That's all right. Tell her it's worth it. It's good TV, Paige. That's what we say here.
Yes.
It's good. It's good television.
Okay.
Here we go. Wow, that is the thickest cake I've ever seen in my life. Paige, I think you need a dolly to get that out. Oh, look at that!
So all the souls go into the center of the cake.
That is awesome. Oh, see, and look at you. Mom should be fine. You didn't get that many on the floor.
Yeah. Hopefully the dogs won't eat them.
Well, hopefully, you know.
We're hoping.
Okay, now we're going to do a demo of a soul cupcake. What are we doing?
So in the movie, Joe's sidekick is a little cat named Mr. Mittens. So I'm going to be making a little Mr. Mittens cupcake. So what we will be using, there is a little tip called a grass tip. I don't know if you can see it because of the
Yeah, no, we can see it.
camera, but it has little tiny holes, and on most cakes, it is used to texture grass.
Oh, look at that.
But in the other cases, you can use it to make fur. So I have 1 bag of brown and 1 bag of black frosting with these grass tips.
Okay.
And you can scatter those around. Just
look at that.
Dots of them all over these little clusters.
And it looks like fur.
Yeah. And yeah.
Look at that.
And
Paige, you can get those tips at like baking stores and stuff?
Yeah, you can. I got mine at Michael's. You can get them at Walmart, Michael's, basically any baking supply store. But after that, I have these little fondant pieces. I haven't frosted it all the way, but this is the little eye, like the little area where his eyes go.
Yeah.
And then I have these 2 little circles for his little like face nose area.
Yeah.
And his little pink nose. And I do have a final over here.
Let me see it. Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. Paige, I got to tell you, this was the best holiday baking segment ever. And the next time you're on, I'll get you a color photo of Ted, okay?
Oh, perfect.
Okay. Bye, sweetie. We'll see you soon. Thank you. We're gonna be posting Paige's baking tips on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Just search for Jason Show TV. And Soul, I'm so excited to see it, is available on Disney Plus, as I said, starting on Christmas Day. Oh gosh, that was good. Ted on a refrigerator. Still ahead, we're back with Leslie Miller and some holiday wines to go with those cupcakes right after this. That was a good picture, Ted. We just want to let you know that we're already submitting the show for an Emmy next year, this episode. Kendall, are we working on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Christmas and New Year's are right around the corner, and we're all going to need some extra wine this season. Joining us with her picks for holiday wines is the mistress of Merlot, Santa's favorite wine elf, Leslie Miller from Amusé Wine. Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning, Jason. Ready for some wine picks for you?
I am ready, and then from what I understand, you and I are going to be fighting in the next segment. It's going to be like Elizabeth Hasselbeck and Rosie O'Donnell. We have the split screen ready to go.
Who gets to be Sue Ellen? That's all I want to know.
Oh, well, yeah, that's very true. Okay, let's get to your picks. What do we have, my dear friend?
Well, everybody needs a really good stocking stuffer, right?
Yeah.
And nothing better than this whole line of really fun, again, canned cocktails are in sesh, and then also canned wines. I can't talk about it enough. Really fun things from all over the globe. I have a really fun little Pais. It's a light-bodied red wine from Chile. Some local spirited cocktails here, all the way down into these tiny little bottles, old fashions, Manhattans, you name it, in tiny little packages. So you can just stuff those stockings with lots of cheer.
Okay, when we talk about the canned cocktails, because you know, the bottle and the cork, the casing, it all goes into keeping the flavor of the wine. Don't we lose any of that in the can, Leslie?
Honestly, they're really meant to be a consume now situation.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be holding on to these. These are definitely not something that you want to hang on to past like the new year. Drink them the morning that you get them, and your day will go really fabulous. And but they are those kind of packages where they're meant to be consumed now kind of products.
Got it.
Sure.
I see some bottles around you. What do we have?
Well, my theory this year is anything but Prosecco. Of course, you can head into the region of Champagne, still very expensive region to kind of grab bubblies from. You know, I'm always talking about fun new bubbles. This one's from Austria, so you can bet that these are actually some of the healthiest wines in the world. They have lots of jurisdictions in this country where you cannot add one additional item to this bottle outside of grape juice. We call this the clanger at Sip Better. This is the Mind Clang with this cute little cow on it, made by this very natural farm, and just a really fun, dry, sparkling rosé from Austria.
I like every single thing you said. Bubbly, rosé, on the dry side. What's next?
All right, now you need a red that goes with everybody's palate. And this is always the hardest question that I get. I'm trying to find something for light-bodied, medium-bodied, full-bodied. I discovered this bottle this year, and it's under $15. I think it's around $14. The grape is Lemberger. Not like Limburger cheese, but Lemberger is the name of the grape. It's very interesting because if you like grapes like Merlot or Malbec, This is delicious. It's made by Kiona, a tiny little farm up in Washington State. And it is like you could sit down and drink this and you'd be very satisfied. Again, it's under $15 and it's one of those wines that goes with everybody's palate.
As you can see, Leslie has a couple more wines on her other side. Plus, we're going to fight. So stay right there. More with Leslie when we come back. Back in a moment, everyone.
Make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day.
Gal up there, welcome back to the show. We're back with Leslie Miller from Amusée Wine. She can definitely help you with the wine lover on your list. Okay, Leslie, we have a couple more to your right. What do we have?
All right, so you need the boss gift. Everybody wants to impress their boss, give something really unique. For some reason, people always pick the grape Cabernet, but I'm telling you this year, you need to go back to an old school classic. The grape is Syrah. This is actually from California, and this is from Mount Veeder. Tiny little production here. Legere Meredith. They're up on Mount Veeder. They make stellar Syrah. Actually, one of my favorites in the entire United States. And wow. This will run you about $50. And I just think it's literally one of the country's best. So very cool.
So if you like your boss and you want to impress them, that's the bottle.
It really is. Every time I serve this to somebody, they literally just say, wow.
Perfect.
Okay. And then of course, you know, if you really want to just overdo it, you really want something fabulous just for the week of the holidays. Did you know that they're actually putting Manhattans? Like you can get 20 Manhattans in an entire box, Jason.
We have boxed Manhattans?
Yes, I love this. I cannot love it anymore. This is St. Agristis. These are the guys in New York. And I just found this week and I'm obsessed. The fact that you can just have this is very dangerous to have on your counter, by the way.
Okay, let me ask you, because my dad back in the day, loved Manhattans. I do not love Manhattan. Does it come in other cocktails, Leslie, or just Manhattans?
Well, you know what? They actually do an old fashioned. And I'm a Wisconsin girl, so that's hard for me. But you know what? I've tasted these and I love them. You just put them over a big cube and they have everything in them that you need. So they're very easy.
Okay, now we're going to fight. If people remember back a couple weeks ago, I recommended a wine because I went to a wine store. There it is, Eccentric. I went to a store and I said, hey, I want to stock up our little wine place. I want some, give me a few expensive ones. And then I want a good table wine. And the woman said to me, and I quote, she goes, well, I was at a fancy party with wine snobs and we were drinking a $150 bottle. And then we ran out of that and we went to this. We went to Eccentric, which is $10, and the wine snobs liked the $10 as much as the $150. Now, I went on the air. Don't shake your head, young lady. So I went on the air, and then Leslie comes over to my home like a week later, and she goes, well, one of your staff members, and I won't say who, Ted, one of your staff members called me in the middle of the night and said, can you believe that Jason recommended this wine and said it tastes like $150. What's your problem with my $10 wine, Miss Wine?
First off, let me also quote Ted by saying, Leslie, I would never do that to you. I would never buy a bottle of wine that still is labeled Eccentric.
Oh, really? I love that once again we are throwing Ted right under the bus on live television.
I love it. Well, here's my thing. It's one of those labels. That wine is actually one of those labels that was produced for a certain store to produce some pretty high margin for that particular store. My biggest thing, Jason, is that I support little baby farmers.
Yes.
Who never get their stuff out there into the world. And so I ask tons of questions. And that's one of my biggest things when I go to a retail store. Tell me about the family. Tell me about the farmer. Tell me about everything that you know about this wine. Is there anything additional added to it? My biggest tip for everybody always is find those wineries that are 10,000 cases and under You can always drink some of the healthiest wines in the world if you go with that tip. You know, me, I love to save a buck on a bottle of wine. But yeah, the $9.99 tasting like it's 150 sounds a little bit like a sales pitch.
God, I love you. Hey, I will admit when I'm wrong, and I will admit when I learn something. I didn't know that. I just liked it. I liked the price, and but knowing that, so I'm going to pose a challenge, because I believe if you're going to complain about something, you know, give a resolution. What would you recommend as a good $10, $11, $12 a bottle of wine in the Cab family?
You know what? In the Cab family, you're right. It's a very expensive grape. Now, when they say Cab on it, it's definitely blended with a lot of other stuff in there, other grapes. But when you're looking at smaller producers, you know, you can look at some Chilean aspects of things. You know, Cabernet also from, you know, if you head right into Napa, you're going to get stuff that's a little bit more expensive. There is, you know, it is a small family farmer, $10, you're right. It's very hard for Cabernet, but it's always a little bit suspect to me to find some of those wines too, because, you know, they're giant brands and they produce millions and millions of cases.
Well, I learned something. Well, I will, because I like to support local. I like to support small. All I knew was I liked it. It tastes good, and I liked the price. But now I have learned something. And I have also learned that it's really easy to throw Ted under the bus on live television.
Quote, I would never do that to you, Leslie.
Jason would, but I would never do that.
Never do that. I love you, Ted.
I love it. We love Ted. We love you. Thank you, Leslie. Have a good holiday, sweetie.
You too. Happy holidays.
If you want to get a hold of Leslie, support local, amusewine.com. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. I love people. If you miss our show live, make sure you watch us on YouTube. Just search for The Jason Show TV on YouTube right there. Hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell that will remind you when we upload new photos, when we upload new episodes. We're going to take a break. Everyone stay right there. We're going to wrap things up when we come back. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. Let us say thanks and goodbye to our virtual audience. Let's go to them, dear Leo. Let's say goodbye to our friends Karen, Pam, Faye, Jessica, and Julie. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. I greatly appreciate it, and I really hope that you guys all have a great holiday season with your families.
Are you going to be selling the TED photos online?
Okay. I'll check with Fox, and we'll get back to you on that. Thank you, ladies. Oh, wouldn't that be funny? We can't even, we're trying to get them to sell the mugs. We can't even, yeah. Anyway, we're still working on that. Jeff is like, don't mention that. The bosses will email. Okay, they're going to email anyway. Okay, let's see here. I want to say thanks to Marge. Marge was so sweet. Speaking of Jeff, Marge has given us a new way, Kendall, if we need Jeff or something.
Oh, okay.
She sent me a bell from South Fork. So when I need something from Jeff, I'll just go like this. Jeff, I got another critical email from a viewer. Can you handle it for me, please? Someone says I'm too snarky. Can you reply for me? Yeah, anyway. So thanks to Marge. I mean, the fact that people are, Kendall, seriously, people are nice enough to email. You know, I'm not email, but send a package to me. It's so nice. And then we got homemade cookies from Rick and Mary from Rush City. Yeah, they made treats for us.
Oh.
I ate them all. You can't have any, but I mean, it's fine. I mean, but it was the thought, you know?
Oh, that is really sweet.
Anyway.
That's really nice. Thank you.
Kendall, do you need anything before we go?
Were you going to?
Jeff, we need... Oh, this is going to get old right now. Tomorrow on the show, Thrifty Traveler is back with what travel could look like next year once the pandemic is over. And Coco and Lala, or we're on the other side of it, and Coco and Lala are back with a holiday treat. Love the Coco and Lala. And we missed Thrifty. We haven't seen Thrifty in a while. Okay, well, we're going to get going. Jeff, can you turn off my on-air light for me, please? I'm just joking. That's going to do it for us. Oh, I'm loving this.
I know.
If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.